Assassin's Creed is a series that takes you on an emotional roller coaster. You'll experience moments of joy, followed by sudden sadness. It also prompts deep reflections on various aspects of life. The older games, in particular, have a more philosophical vibe compared to the recent ones, and I personally like that a lot. Now let's dive into the most emotional deaths I have encountered in the Assassin's Creed series. Now, of course, I'm not gonna be able to do all of them, but I gathered the ones which I felt the most. First, we have Elise from Assassin's Creed Unity. The reason why I found this emotional because she was there with us from the beginning of the game and we actually had a connection with her, and she was also a love interest of Arno. Also, the fact that she was a Templar and she helped us even though we were an assassin. She dies while defending Arno in the end. By the way, before even I started playing this game, I actually thought that this was about to happen because that's how Assassin's Creed works, most of the time, that they just kill the person with whom we have the most emotional connection with. Then we have Blackbeard from Black Flag, and the death of him was pretty fast because he was fighting and we didn't have the time to see him properly in the end. And also the quote which he says when he was about to die, that in a world without gold we might have been heroes, and that's like one of the best quotes in the whole Assassin's Creed franchise till now, and that made this even more sad to me personally. And he was there with us from almost the beginning of the game, and as we all know, most of the guys kinda die or betray who were with us from the beginning, like the other pirates we were friends with. It's just that this game was designed in a very good manner to me personally. Next up, we have Christina. Christina was in Assassin's Creed 2 and Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, and she played a very big part in Ezio's life. The Christina missions were like hidden in such a way that a lot of people might have not been able to find those missions. In the second part, in Assassin's Creed 2, she was only shown in the beginning when Ezio goes into her house and his father sees them together and he has to run. That's the only part where we see Christina. Then in Brotherhood we finally see her. We have dedicated quests with her, but they were still not the part of the main mission, so a lot of people might have missed it. As we do those quests, you're gonna realize that everything is there in that quest, like how Ezio met her and how she got impressed with Ezio and stuff like that. And then what's more emotional was that we had to leave Florence because what happened with our father and brothers, so we had no option other than running. And then after that we see her in Venice. Then we finally knew that she got married with some other guy. Now in the end, Christina and her husband Manfredo's home was attacked by Savonarola's followers, and if you guys don't know, Savonarola took control of Florence following Lorenzo de Medici's death. So his followers attacked Christina and her husband Manfredo. Manfredo tried his best to defend, but he was injured and he was lying. And then Ezio finally gets to see them and he sees Christina running from those guys. He tried to save her, but what happened was that there were a lot of them. He managed to kill them, but Christina died because of her injuries. What made it more emotional was that Ezio never had the option to stay with her. It was really sad that he was not able to do anything, loving someone and not having the chance to stay with her, and then finally seeing her die has to be one of the most emotional things you're gonna ever face. That was the situation, and what could have been done, I don't know. Ezio was in a journey of his own and he had a lot of other things going on with him at the same time. Now, our next character is Adewale. And this guy was just one of the best guys in the whole series, and he also got his own game, Assassin's Creed Freedom Cry. And having played with him in Freedom Cry and him being one of the biggest allies of Edward made this whole death situation even more emotional. And another thing was that he did not have any clue what was happening with the assassins. As I mentioned in my previous Assassin's Creed Rogue video, that in that situation assassins were wrong, compared to Templars. Adewale was clueless on what the assassins were trying to do, and Achilles was the guy who kind of did all the things, and he was the mentor at the time and he was controlling almost everything at that time. And in one of the cutscenes, Faye also says that Adewale is a good man and he had no other option than killing him him because he was kind of being in his way to the manuscript and he had no other option than killing him. But he kind of feels bad about this as well. Shiv is a good character in my opinion. He's a morally good character, I have to say. But in this situation, I feel like the assassins, other than Adewale, in my opinion, were just pretty dumb. And that's what the repercussions you would get, being in a creed at a situation in which they are completely wrong. And I also liked how in the end, when we were about to kill Adewale, he talks about Edward to Hatham and he says that your father will not like this and stuff like that. And he does not give a fuck because Hatham is the Master Templar and he is his own man. I really liked that little interaction between these guys. That was done, in my opinion, perfectly. That was a good ending to him and his story. Then finally, the one which I liked the most was of Mary Reed, and it was due to the fact that it was not what you will call a cliche love story. In most of the games, what happens is that they will do this all the time, that there's a female character and she will just be the love interest. It's like a guy and a girl cannot be best friends, and her example was the perfect, that she was the friend of Edward and there was nothing that much happening, but they had this understanding between them. Now Mary was the one who introduced Edward to the assassins and gave the assassins good word of him. Mary convinced the assassins that Edward will be able to help them. Mary actually had that trust in Edward. That's why she introduced us to the assassins. She also disguised herself as a guy, James Kidd, and we didn't know about that in the beginning. And after, in a mission, when she reveals herself, it was pretty surprising. Like, that was one of the most surprising things I've ever seen, and Edward was shocked as well seeing that. But anyways, what made this one of the most emotional things in the whole series was that she introduced us to the assassins, and when she died, Edward kinda shifted more towards the assassins. He was kind of standoffish from the assassins before. He was like, I can do some things with the assassins but not too much and not join them properly. But he joins the assassins after she dies because he kinda gets sentimental, and that was probably the reason why he became an assassin. Otherwise, I don't think if she did not die like that or some kind of bigger event did not happen, I would not think that Edward would become an assassin. So this was a very great turning point in his life. And I want to add an extra death, and that was of Maria. Now Maria was, the wife of Altair, and I liked how Altair met Maria. Maria was disguised as Robert. Altair decides to leave her at that point. When he knew that she was disguising, he did not kill her, and that is pretty interesting to think about, because if he killed her, she would not be his wife. She would not be such a great part in his whole journey. But that was pretty emotional as well, that she tried to kind of interfere us to not kill the other assassins with the Apple of Eden. She kinda gets in our way when we were about to kill the other assassins with the Apple of Eden, and while she was in our way, the guy whom we were killing, he stabs Maria, and there as well we did not have enough time to stay near her and mourn her death. And I'm 100% sure that it kinda stayed with Altair till the end. Anyways guys, that's it for this video, and hope you enjoyed this video. What do you guys think was the most emotional moment in the Assassin's Creed series? To me, of course, as I said, the death of Mary. And yeah guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to like and sub and comment down if you have any other thoughts. It takes a lot of time to make this video, so any support will be appreciated. Any engagement or anything like that, like, dislike, comment, it kind of boosts the channel and it's just good for me, and you'll be able to get more content as well. And see you guys in the next one. Peace. Thanks for watching guys. Bye bye.